Hello, you guys. Thank you for being here. Today, I'll be giving a quick overview of NAMI, who we are, a bit of our history, and the programs and support we offer locally, as well as some resources and upcoming awareness events like our walk and our fundraiser. So yeah, these are the topics that I'll be covering. What? Oh, I am Brianna Carlos, and I am the intern this summer with NAMI. So, who are we? NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We are one of over 600 state and local affiliates across the country. Together, we work at every level, national, state, and local, to support individuals and families affected by mental illness through education, advocacy, and public awareness. All right, our history. So NAMI started back in 1979 in Madison, Wisconsin, when families came together because they were frustrated by the lack of resources and support for people living with mental illness. At first, NAMI focused on severe mental illness, but by 2010, the focus expanded to include conditions like anxiety, PTSD, OCD, eating disorders, and many more. So today, NAMI really covers a full spectrum of mental health from mild to severe. NAMI San Luis Obispo County was formed in 1986, thanks to Marion Lefebvre, I don't know how to say that, who brought NAMI to our community. We are our own nonprofit 501c3, but connected to NAMI National. And what makes us unique is that unlike clinical providers, we do not offer treatment, but instead we focus on ending stigma and providing free education for those and individuals, families navigating the mental health system. Our vision is a future where mental illness does not stop anyone from reaching their full potential, where stigma is no longer a barrier, and where resources are accessible without obstacles. To get there, our core goals are support, outreach, education, and advocacy. Next one. All right. So yeah, these are our primary goals. And these are our core programs. So we usually have several core programs monthly: educational meetings, support groups, classes, and our newsletter. Our monthly meetings happen on the fourth Tuesday of every month at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church here in SLO. And they include a featured speaker, maybe one or two, and even a potluck dinner. So our support groups are both on, oh, is it next slide?
I'll say attention.
Oh, yes. So today is actually our monthly meeting tonight from 6 to 7:30. And yeah, it gives you all the details here. So super exciting. And then as far as our NAMI programs, our support groups meet both online and in person in North and South County. Classes are led by trained volunteers who bring lived experience, and all of our curriculum is evidence-based. Yeah, so this is just our flyer for the family support group. So there's in person, online, in North and South County. And then these are some of our classes. So we have Family to Family, which is a free 8-week session. And it's led by one of the, I think it's a board member. Do you remember?
Well, we have two trained instructors.
Okay, yeah, so 2 trained instructors that hold these classes.
I believe one of our board members is co-teaching the class.
And I have a quick question regarding the family to family meetings. Is it okay, like so you find out about that the meeting is in September and you like to be a part of it, it's okay that you've missed August?
No, it's not.
Okay.
You can miss, sometimes we let someone start in week 2.
Okay.
So this is actually, this 8-week session is starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, if you're interested in the class, if you email or call,
Mm-hmm.
we put you on the list for the next class. We
Okay,
offer
cool.
them 4 times a year.
Okay, that's good to know because it's if somebody's interested in tomorrow or the day after, they might not be able to.
Yeah, I mean, if they were interested tomorrow or the day after, they probably might still be able to
Because they missed
enroll.
one meeting.
Yeah. But the other thing I was gonna mention is our next session, is gonna overlap a little bit with this one, because we're gonna get into holiday season, so we
Mhm,
really
yeah.
wanna start that
Oh, yeah.
sometime in October.
Okay,
So if
fantastic.
people are interested and they missed this session, please reach out to the email or the phone number and get registered for.
So the next one would probably be another one would start mid-October.
Exactly.
Cool, that's fantastic.
Mhm.
And then the peer-to-peer class, of course, is starting in September.
Mhm.
Right.
And you need to be, and that's also you need to be there for all 8.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it's important to be there. If
Right.
you're interested to be there in September, be there.
Yes.
Now, our family to family support groups, which was the previous
Mhm.
flyer,
Mhm.
because that's an ongoing support group and that's okay. I mean, you can come to any support group
Mhm.
anytime. Unfortunately, we do not have a peer-to-peer support group.
Mhm.
One day we're hoping to, we call those connection support groups. Our NAMI hasn't had the resources yet to start one up.
Yeah.
So.
But it's just that these 2 flyers are for classes. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to emphasize.
And you get a binder,
Mhm.
and there's curriculum.
All right.
So every week, they hand out more, you get a chapter a week essentially of this binder, so.
All right, fantastic.
And all of our classes, there's no cost. So.
All right.
All right. So for our newsletter keeps the community informed with blog pieces, advocacy alerts, upcoming events, and even spotlight for a certain volunteer or just a story that might be interesting to those who might read the newsletter. So yes.
You could subscribe to it by
Oh,
going to our webpage. On the
Yes,
bottom.
go ahead and subscribe.
I am subscribed, actually.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff. All right. So another thing I would like to mention, which is really awesome, is our local mental health resources guide. And it was created and ended up being actually 28 pages. So it'll be updated frequently, translating it also into Spanish so even more people can access it. You can find this guide on our website at namislo.org. Yes. Yeah, it's a very lengthy and good resource guide for
Alright,
literally
fantastic.
anything that you
Check
can
out
think
the
of.
website again and I'll to do an email form with this recording and then I'll direct link to it.
Yeah, and then that'll be great. And then these are like, some breakdowns of what each chapter kind of covers. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Really good. Okay, and then, yeah, so this is our big event for, kind of upcoming, so October 4th, Saturday, October 4th, from 9 AM to 12 PM, Meadow Park in SLO, so we're looking for sponsors, auction prizes, just people to even come out to the walk, so sharing this flyer would be really great, but yeah, you can learn more and sign up at namiwalks.org/SLO County and at our local site, which is namislo.org. So yeah, gonna be super fun.
Mhm.
If you go one more slide.
Oh, yes. And this is our first year as a national NAMI walk
Oh.
registration platform. So
And if you go one more slide.
yes. Perfect. So yeah, 3/4 of a mile, there would be 3 speakers confirmed.
And they're confirmed now. At the
Yes.
time we made the PowerPoint, they were not confirmed.
Okay.
So,
Who
We
are
got
a little bit about the speakers? Like who are?
so that first one is Roberto Cueva from the Central Coast Hotline from TMHA, and he'll be talking about the Central Coast Hotline. Our second speaker is Amber Patella from SLO County Jail from WellPath, and she's going to talk about mental health at the SLO County Jail. And then our third speaker is Todd Paramore from County Probation Services, and they have a new mobile. They're providing mobile for their probation needs. Is that the word? They're providing mobile services, and we're actually gonna have that mobile hit, I believe,
Oh,
at
cool.
our event.
Wow.
So it'll be really cool.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna have a lot of information booths from community partners.
Mhm.
We are expecting probably at least 8 or 9
All
partner
right.
organizations to have booths, hopefully more. We're still
Yeah.
growing that list. And then, of course, we have our silent auction. So, some of the prizes, to date include, whale watching passes, a kayak rental, we're working on other, we're still at the stage of.
Yeah, it's still at the development phase.
Yeah, but we really urge you to go to NAMI Walks SLO County and go to the website, and it doesn't cost any money to register to walk. You can form a team, you can join.
That's fantastic to know that it doesn't cost anything, because some do.
Yes, they do. And you can join an existing team. Of course, it is a fundraiser for us, so we're hoping that teams will set fundraising goals. There's a way through the website you can share, like, I'm walking in this walk, please support me, and you can set yourself a fundraising goal and share with your family and friends. So we really encourage a team. I mean, if there were a lot of people in attendance today, I'd say, come on, let's form a PAAT team.
Yes.
We can possibly form a transitions team. We'll see.
You will be having a booth in your.
Okay.
Oh, and forgot so important. Michael Kaplan is going to be emceeing the event. So.
All right. And what are some of the entertainment do you have available right now already?
We're still working on
Okay.
it. We're really hoping to get an acapella group from Cal Poly.
All right.
That Cal Poly starts so close to when our walk starts that I'm not sure we're going to be able to swing that or not. But we're going to really try to have some sort of musical entertainment. So if you have ideas, let me know.
Yeah, because we have our Journey to Hope, and people have been creating that stuff, and they have entertainment. So maybe we can send you some of those information.
Yeah,
that would be nice. But yeah, these are a few ways to get involved. So yeah, becoming a sponsor, having an information booth, donating auction prizes, and just even registering to walk. So in order to do all that, you can visit here, like I mentioned before, namiwalks.org/SLO County and namislo.org.
those might be fun things.
Oh,
I don't know if they are. I can't.
Oh, they are, I think. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they are.
I didn't work that.
I think it's just because I'm presenting right now on Zoom.
Okay.
But
You can go back to the link. It looked like they did a lot of work.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. I'll create those links in the email.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you all. So this is the end of the presentation.
All right.
Okay, you want to switch again? So you can grab the computer.
Did you, either of you have any additional?
I'm trying to think of ones right now. If you can answer any think questions that we're not having, if that makes any sense.
No, I mean, one thing I was just going to add is you mentioned Journey of Hope. We're going to have
you're going to have something.
We're going to have our booth there.
Yeah.
And as I'm looking at our PowerPoint, I realize we need to get a picture of that booth so we can say that our outreach booth.
Oh, okay.
We do have a community outreach booth, and we like to table
All right.
events.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and send that image to me, and we can.
Yes, I don't have it yet.
I mean, if you have one like the previous event,
Right.
show.
Yeah. Actually,
Me and Joanne.
there was an event this morning, so hopefully a picture was taken. We'll see.
All right.
So if there was one message you wanted to send to NAMI from your group that meets, you meet once a month, right?
We meet twice a month.
Twice a month. Okay. What would be the message you would send? Like you would want us to take away from your group that I mean, I know if we have information, we should send it to you about upcoming activities
Yeah.
and programs you'd like to receive that. I'm hearing that
Yes.
several times.
Yes, that's where I'm kind of coming in, or that's my big kind of passion is getting all the different organizations to figure out what everybody's doing, so we can all kind of coordinate a little bit better.
No, I love it. I love
So
it.
it's just my illnesses has made it a little tricky, but that's the idea. Is like we may need like a separate email of just send all your stuff here, and I could go through them and go.
Yeah,
So-
and
so-
figure out what to send
And
out.
yeah, and I'm also interested in doing like potential master lists, like what you're doing, like what services you offer.
Right.
And then because it changes each year, of course, depending on funding, and
Yes.
Wilshire just stopped. So we need to know what everybody else is doing and what they may have. There's new programs always coming down the pipe, and so it's so. My passion is that my mom and my uncle died 10 years ago, and so uh, I was doing all this stuff alone. Since my uncle had no children and he had no wife, and my mother, I'm an only child. My mother was single, and their parents are deceased. So I'm handling all this stuff by myself and going from different organizations and charities, and found like some have an idea what another one's doing, but then I'd find that they didn't.
Right.
It was going from organization A and asking for like 3 services, and they do one, and then they refer me to charity B, who would say yes, we do this, but organization A said they don't know anybody who does like item C.
Right.
And then I go over to charity 2, and they say, yes, we do B, and we know of another charity that does C. Right. That was, and if somebody's homeless or they just got out of jail.
How do you help them? I want to just mention, going back to our mental health resources guide,
Yeah.
that's why that document, I thought it was going to be 8 pages, and it ended up being 28 pages because there wasn't anywhere where everything was listed out, and the hotline is fabulous, but you have to search it by topic, and the general public isn't going to be able to go in there and see all the resources. So I don't know if you've seen our mental health resources.
I haven't.
Maybe
So I'll
we
take a
can-
look at that.
Yeah, would it be appropriate to pop on our website?
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it's right now just us, and it's relevant to the recording, and
So if you go to www, you probably have to minimize the PowerPoint.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll see if the website is available.
Actually, if you go, I don't know if the link was working. I was gonna say.
Oh, well,
We did another
can
link.
look, yeah.
Right now, I'm just seeing myself right now.
Okay, it's NAMI.
NAMI slow.
www, yeah, or just namislow.org.
Yeah, we'll need to figure out. Okay, I'm actually co-host. How would I?
If you go down a little bit,
Right now, I'm just seeing me, so
so
I
if you
need to.
click on the mental health resources guide right there, it'll take you to the page.
Try to share this.
Oh,
Yeah.
go to the top of the screen again.
Oh, yeah. Let me, I'm gonna try to share the screen first.
Yes.
Yes. Right now, it's just me.
So yeah,
There.
perfect.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay,
Very nice.
all right.
Right now, I'm waiting to see it pop up. There it is. There it is.
Now we want to go with mental health then?
Yeah, so if you just click on it, it should take you to the page.
Good.
And if you go down a little bit, so you can see that it's gonna come out in Spanish soon.
Mhm.
And if you click on there, it'll, click here to open, where it says click here to open. Actually, if you click anywhere, it'll open it. And so it's a PDF, and people can, I'd rather, because it's gotta be updated all the time. For instance, Wilshire Services is in there and we need to take them out. We're gonna be updating it in September and translating it into Spanish. So we'll have the English and the Spanish version. And it starts out with emergency and urgent situations, when to call 911 for a mental health crisis, when to call a mobile crisis team. A lot of people,
That's good to know.
yeah, a lot of people don't know when to call each. And then if you keep going, so the first section of the guide, you can see it in the upper, is always, it's if you need someone to talk to in the 24-hour assistance lines. And I do need to take a really good look at that because so many things federally have also changed. And I just want to make sure that everything on there is still accurate. Then the next section is immediate help for alcohol and substance abuse. And I know that I believe the Atascadero clinic is closed. So I need to remove that from the guide, unfortunately. Then we get into our next section, which is counseling and therapy services. And if you keep going through, this is a long section, so you can probably fly through here. It's just listings of different counseling and therapy services. I have a couple to add to this list.
And thank you for adding the specialties too, and who's eligible, because I've been asked to find some of that information too. Sometimes like, who's eligible will change depending on insurance, and specialty will change sometimes depending on funding, as far as what services you offer.
So putting this grant together was funded by a grant from the city of San Luis Obispo. It was a high impact DEI grant. And that's one of the things that allowed us to get the funding is listing what kind of payment is accepted, what languages services are offered in, and if there's any special groups that any of our listings felt like they wanted to promote that, yes, we service. And so these are our addiction treatment centers and support. We're going to be adding a page in here about, I don't know quite how to phrase it, how to vet some of these services to make sure they're giving you ethical treatment and the kind of treatment that you want. What are warning signs to look out for that it might not be the best.
And if it isn't a good fit, how you can possibly complain if you think that there's something going on.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
that's fantastic.
And then this is a section on psychiatric hospitalization. And how to navigate the system. I mean, a lot of, especially for someone who maybe their older, almost adult child suddenly has a psychotic break, and to find out that the 72-hour hold that they're going to be sent possibly out of the county. And that is,
my roommate, that happened to her twice.
And, and so for family members, and then they run into HIPAA laws if the person's over 18, it just, there's all these unforeseen challenges. And then what happens if you're arrested, incarcerated, and navigating the judicial system? And Vivian Saul from TMHA, your agency, was just amazing at helping me put this section together. Folks from, there's a whole page on the SLO County Jail and their mental health treatment. I mean, I got a lot of help on different sections of this. And, the information, I am a very strong advocate of getting as many eyes on this as possible. So if people notice that there's information that is incorrect, outdated, not fully accurate, to please email us and let us know. And really, like I said, this guide was supposed to really help people navigate through the system, not just, especially the legal system, because it's so tricky. There's so many nuances.
You just go in not knowing.
Yes.
And hope for the best, and that's not, it's not exactly the best way to go about things.
Right. And I will say that this was definitely the hardest section for me to do, and I see a typo right there. So.
That's okay.
No, that's why. I mean, it's great.
And
it's actually nice to see it on a.
And sometimes typos just remind me that a person is there. Right?
Yes.
These days, it's good to know. Sometimes it's nice to have a typo.
And then I think Aria Lorraine sometimes participates in your group. She actually volunteered to read this whole guide word for word, and she did send me a bunch of changes, so I suspect that's in there. And that's what I'm going to be incorporating this September.
So you'll include a vocal too, along with for the guide as well as the Spanish. Is that it? For somebody that can't see.
Oh, that's a great question. You know, we don't have that
Mhm.
planned
That's
yet.
eventual.
I would hope. I don't know enough about readers. I mean, I would imagine. I mean, you're bringing up an excellent point about.
I mean,
right
yeah,
now this is
PDFs
down.
often do have readers, but it's good to have.
Yeah, that's something long term, and I'm a little hesitant on how to do that. With
Yeah,
how
I don't know how
quickly
to do
this,
that.
with how quickly this information outdates itself, I almost wonder if a reader that somebody already has is better.
It probably would be, but
A computer, like whatever assisted program they already use to read. And the reason why I'm just saying that is because even at the time I published this, within 3 weeks, probably
Something changed.
7 or 8 resources changed. And we can't keep up with it that quickly. And I really,
That's why I was thinking
I was
about
chasing and moving.
Yeah, the master list stuff.
And so that's why I have a list of global changes to make. And then hopefully we can get it updated every 6 months.
Yeah, every 6 months is good. Yeah, that's been kind of stuff like this has been my goal as well. It's just figuring out there's like about 1,000 different organizations out there. Do all sorts of different stuff, and nobody really quite knows exactly what everybody else is doing, and so it'd be nice to have again like a master list, what you're doing, what services you offer, and like an email that it's like, okay, things changed and we're sending you this email, and then
and see, it's tough because in putting together this guide, somebody sent me a bunch of sources for food assistance. And it's like, well, we're mental health resources. We're already at 28 pages, and we're at our organization's capacity.
Quite relevant.
Yeah,
but
we're
it
at
could
our
be sent to somebody else.
Right. Yeah, and the same thing about our housing section, unhoused section is really only one page, and I'm really thinking, should I add shelters or not? And a lot of the shelters now have moved into the long-term care model, so it's like, a long-term 90-day program.
So then I'd say, personally, in my unprofessional kind of volunteer opinion, that's just kind of, I'd say, go ahead and add shelters that have the long term.
Right, yeah.
But maybe not ones that are short term.
Yeah, because the long-term ones are making sure that and helping people to get services.
So yeah, I'd go ahead and add the long-term shelters, but not the
short term. Yeah, that's kind of the way I was going. So I'm guessing that when we do our update, this is probably gonna be now like 34.
Yeah. I found so much stuff. I'll go ahead and send you my master list.
Yeah, that's and I met with Roberto Cueva when I put this together, and he kind of vetted some of the sections for me, just through it to make sure. And that's something with the hotline also, is they have to keep their databases current
so
and
it's
updated.
It's interesting because later on we'll have Share do their peer certification information, and I went down there. I'm in the process of being peer certified, and it's interesting to go into LA County and going, it's so big and there's so much resources, but also it's like nobody knows again what's going on. And so it's me going here going, 1,000 organizations, maybe it can be done. It can be done potentially.
Have you ever gone, I think County Behavioral Health is hosting it over at the Veterans Hall?
No, I haven't.
It's, I want to say once a quarter, maybe it's once every 6 months. I've been to 2 of them. And it's a lot of networking with organizations.
Yeah, eventually, later in the fiscal year, which will be like winter, spring of next year, we have kind of a plan for some sort of networking event.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice just to network and just
Yeah.
it's in there's a lot of like little private places of there's therapy places that might
Right.
be interested. Somebody who has their the bedroom of their home that they do therapy out of, right?
Yeah. And I
try and get everybody.
I mean, that was one thing that I discovered just from tabling events. Part of this grant with the city of SLO was to join the SLO Chamber of Commerce. So they have this big event called the Expo at the Expo, where all the chamber members, and I put the cost for this in our grant application, to have a booth there. And just at that event, I ran into 2 or 3 counseling representatives from counseling practices that weren't in the guide. And they're going to be in the guide now. And one of them is even going to have a booth at our walk in a So it's, folks are out there, and it's really, like I said, I love to learn. There's something.
We're all like these little floating islands trying to go.
Yeah, we're trying to connect. And and what that does, a long-term goal with having this guide is once you identify the resources, in addition to saying, okay, let's not duplicate, let's complement each other, we can start looking and saying, what are we really missing? Because when I first put this guide together, people told me there's no psychiatrist in San Luis Obispo County. You can't find, and it's like, well, no, wait a minute. And I'm very new to the mental health field, and I'm going, okay. There are psychiatrists available. And it was finding those resources. And that's why I think putting it all out here and for people to look at is a starting point to say, so what is missing from our county? What don't we have? What can we work together?
Yeah, because when I've gone through different, looking for different services, it'll be like a lot of places overlap. That they'll overlap services, and so it's good. Sometimes it's really needed, and you do need 2 organizations doing the same thing.
Right.
But sometimes it's like, well, you're really good at this, so we can maybe cut a little bit and do something else.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think a really good example would be NAMI and TMHA. We don't provide any clinical services, not now anyway, and we recognize and embrace each other's roles. We don't try to compete with TMHA. We don't try to duplicate TMHA. We try to complement each other, and we promote each other's programs. And I think I'm just giving that because that's a really easy example of how mental health or agencies, even private,
exactly.
private services, I think, can all help each other.
Private silver living place compliments too. It's
So I love that you're trying to come up with a even more comprehensive. It almost sounds like you're wanting to build a database of organizations. I was sitting in your lobby, and I saw out there a senior resources guide, and it was this really thick newsprinted document of senior resources. And I was thinking, that's incredible, but wow, how expensive is this to print? And then all of a sudden our guide for NAMI turned into this really big cumbersome document, but I think that one's probably double size.
I actually prefer last year we had a meeting about seniors and mental health. And so what I did was looked up all the different senior centers in our county and North Santa Barbara County, and let them know what was going on, and so get them on our list. And now I have them as a resource.
Right.
So now I have them to if any seniors are interested in like what places can I go to, what do they have here. Right. And with that, I also included one of like free and cheap services, like different parks, different activities. Like there's a hiking group that's city oriented, that's funded by the city, that does activities. There's different stuff. And the libraries always have stuff going on.
Right,
So, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Yeah.
No, I really do. I mean, I think about the senior center in Mitchell Park
Mm-hmm.
in the city of SLO, and then the one up in Pastoral.
Oh, there's a lot more. There's a
Yeah.
lot more. There's one in Cambria. There's one in Atascadero.
Yeah.
There's
And they're huge. Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
my mom is 89 years old.
Mhm.
She's
Mhm.
very active.
And I found one website that was specifically for volunteering for seniors. That was just for the county. That just, yeah, it's
Just
stuff you find.
Yeah.
And-
The people don't know our
seniors.
Mhm.
The people don't know what's out there.
Yeah. Because the saying, there's an old saying, I believe it was Brian Gumbel from the Today Show way back. He decided he wanted to retire and then ended up coming back or doing something because he said, when you retire, you need something to retire to. So it's volunteering, right? You need. It may be like you really like golf. You may, but after a while, like because of my own depression, my own chronic illness, it gets after a while not doing anything. It's really depressing and it can spiral. So
Yeah.
Gotta keep yourself busy, but not too busy.
yeah,
Gotta find a balance.
yes, exactly.
It seems counterintuitive, but when you're more busy, it's easier to do more things, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be kind of like being stuck.
Cause you're on a roll.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a snowball.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so yeah, it's again everything in moderation except moderation, right?
Yeah. That's true, because when you pull back and isolate yourself a little bit, it becomes sort of a cycle that it's hard to break. It can be scary. to
Yes,
get
it
out
is.
of that.
Mhm.
So, I mean, yeah. Who was I talking to was thinking that it would be a really neat thing to start, like that activities group.
Yeah.
For people, like we have so much outdoor activities, like to go kayaking one month, go hiking.
Autism's really good about that. We had them a few months ago that they have all sorts of different activities each month.
Okay, yeah.
And a lot of them are open if you're not autistic. If, you know,
We'll just run in, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, we live in to me, such an amazing outdoor area. It's like our outdoors are magnificent and we're so lucky. I feel like a lot of people don't take advantage of some of the
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah.
That's personal.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, like I said, we're all these little islands and we don't quite know what each other is doing and try and go, hey, we're here, we do this way, we're over here, we do this. So yeah, it's a job on top of itself.
And I think, when you talk about, connecting and social media and computers and internet, and in a way, I feel like there's almost too much stuff that you can't wade through everything to find
Yes,
the stuff. And I think before that existed, there were different ways that people got.
Yeah, you'd have to give to give phone calls.
Yeah, or you'd have to put printed documents. And people would actually read the entire newspaper, so you would see the advertisements, and it was a physical thing, that it was printed and it was right near the article you were reading. And I think online, there's something about that you.
Yeah, it is something lost. It's too much information after a while, and then the misinformation on top of that, and all the other stuff. Finding stuff can be difficult. So yeah, in the past, it's like, hey, we're an organization that started up, we're doing this. It's like you'd have to call different organizations. They'd all be in the big, massive phone book.
Right. And even now, like some organizations you can't call, you can only email, and you're really dependent on. I mean, there's no person to call and talk to until they email you back. I found that putting this mental health resources guide together.
Yeah,
if you want information, fill out this contact form. Well, I want to just call you up and talk to you about what you have. So that was interesting about what listings in here, who had phone numbers, who didn't have phone numbers. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
there's
there's one senior center in Cambria right now. They have a phone number and no email, like, and
Oh, it's the
so it's the
opposite, yeah.
opposite, right? So it's a little
Yeah.
tricky,
Yeah.
figure navigating all this stuff. So, yeah. So it's yeah.
So I know we really digressed.
Oh, we can go ahead and talk a little bit about the we can go ahead and talk a little bit about more about the walk.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So, so the walk starts, registration is gonna start at 9 o'clock. Do you wanna go to the walk website?
Yeah, we can
Since
go
you're
ahead and do that.
sharing the screen, is it easy to just
Yeah.
pop on
Should
there?
be easy.
If you go to the homepage of our website, are you able, so if you go where you click where it says home, yeah, and you go down, if you click on the NAMI Walks 20, just click on that flyer and it will take you to the NAMI Walk website. So,
Alright. Alright, already two
so
teams and
if you
4
look at,
participants.
yeah, and I'm about tomorrow, I can't cut myself in half, unfortunately. I'm gonna be updating this to add in our speakers, because we have to confirm speakers and our MC. And then, I'm gonna also start adding in some of our sponsors. And so at 9 o'clock, we'll have the check-in at 9:15. So registration opens at 9:15. We're gonna start our speakers. We have 3 speakers that will each be speaking for about 10 minutes. We'll have a little bit of entertainment. Then we'll have our warm-up stretch, and we have somebody last year at our walk. Same person's gonna be leading our warm-up. And I found out that the Chamber of Commerce is gonna, so right before that, we will have the Chamber of Commerce do a ribbon cutting for us. We're gonna put up a green ribbon. And then we'll do the warm-up stretch and go right into the walk. And then our silent auction, it's 3/4 of a mile. It's really 0.82 miles, but we rounded it down to 3/4. Is it closer to 3/4 or a mile, right?
It's almost a mile.
Right, I know. Then our silent auction will close, and then we'll do some prize winners
And the walk, it's noted that it's a walk, and so it's people of all abilities.
Yes,
Yeah.
and if somebody doesn't, so it's at Meadow Park in San Luis Obispo. I don't know if you've ever been there. And so there's this nice trail that goes through the park and then it ends, it's gonna go around, and it does end walk on sidewalk a little bit. If, people don't wanna do the whole walk, they can cut back. Or they don't, I mean, they can just stay, we'll have information booths. So,
Oh, I should put my picture up there.
yes, you can. And so I formed a team. And so, I have 2 people who joined my team, my mom, who's Linda, and Brianna. And, I set a goal, a fundraising goal, and started it off. I might augment my donation a little bit. And so, but Dawn, not Napolitano. I don't even know. I always hesitate over her name. She's one of our board members. She's our treasurer, and she started a team, and she's our champion right now. She's our top fundraiser.
All right.
I'm gonna be adding in our sponsors. So I'm super excited, and we have to start somewhere. So we're gonna really, right now, we're finalizing our sponsors and our.
Who are
some of them we're gonna be promoting, register, please register.
All right. Who are some of the sponsors you already know that you have?
Tina has agreed to sponsor. Crestwood Behavioral Health has agreed to sponsor. Primary Eye Care.
All right.
Optometry stuff, and they sponsored us last year. And then I feel I'm gonna actually have to look at the names of I feel embarrassed. Part. It's called the Center for Child and Adolescent Mental Health.
All right.
The sponsor.
We're familiar with them.
Actually, they're having an information booth.
All right.
And the one that I just received information about yesterday. Just give me 1 second. It's called Therapy. That's the name of their organization.
Okay.
Greenpoint Psychotherapy and Therapy. So
Alright.
in San Luis Obispo, they're called Therapy. So they do the big ER.
Ah.
So those are some of the ones that we have lined up right now. I have others in the works that I'm gonna find out about in the next literally 48 hours.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
so I urge people to keep checking because and like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna be updating this significantly. And then Clint Wyrick, he is a city council member from Grover Beach.
All right.
And he helped us last year announce our auction prize winners, and I've got him inked in to do that again this year. I saw him on Friday, so I'm excited about that. So, and like I said, it doesn't really cost anything to register. And you can register and form a team, or you can just register. Whether you register just yourself or a team, like I said, you can share it on your own social media pages if that's your interest in doing that or not. And we're gonna get there. So our goal is to have at least 250 people walk in.
Alright.
So walk in. I think we can do it. I really think we can do it. So thank you for letting us share that for us.
And would you like to go into detail about any other like the classes or
Yeah,
any
so
meetings that are coming up that you'd really like us to know about?
yeah, so our September meeting, we just have our speaker confirmed for our September general meeting.
All right.
But you have to be patient while I look in my email because I saw it come in, but I didn't see who it was. It's Cherry Hauser, from Good Samaritan. There's going to be speaking about the SLO Sobering Center.
All right.
As I get to the nitty gritty. So that flyer August meeting, Brianna's been doing amazing on creating our social media for us.
That one is yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where the people, it needs to move,
But I have one.
Yeah, she has a corrected one, but I messed up. So.
It's all right.
Yeah. So, so we'll be replacing, we keep our website updated with our meetings. And then, so September, it'll be about the Sobering Center. And then in October, we're going to be having a psychiatrist who does volunteer services for the NOR Foundation.
Okay.
I don't know if you know about the NOR
A little
Foundation.
bit.
They provide medical services for people who fall in between the cracks and don't have private insurance but don't qualify for psych-out. But they do have a volunteer psychiatrist now, so they do a very limited now amount of medication management.
Yeah, I know about like their eyeglasses kind of stuff and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Didn't know that they just got one.
Yeah, and I don't know how long he's been performing those volunteer services, but he will be speaking at our October meeting, and he's not so much presenting on what he does for the NOR Foundation, but it's really like kind of an open forum, ask a psychiatrist.
Oh,
because so many people have general questions. So I'm really excited. And then I'm trying to think. So our family to family class, it's the 8-week evidence-based course. We have all of our classes, as Brianna mentioned, are led by volunteers with lived experience, and they've also gone through NAMI training. So NAMI, I kind of liken it to Starbucks. You can have a cup of coffee at one Starbucks, and you can go into a Starbucks across the country, and you sort of expect the same Starbucks. That's how NAMI is. So our family to family class is all evidence-based. I'm sure you've heard the NIH, the National Institute of Health, in the news a lot because of all the layoffs and funding
government
cuts.
shuffling.
Yeah, so that is a huge impact to NAMI at the national level because they that is that is where we get so much of our mental health data, that when we
Mhm.
put together our curriculum, that's the source of so much of the data that we use. So we're closely monitoring that, keeping tabs, advocating at a national level. And all the affiliates have to, for making sure that that organization is staying intact, and the data that's provided.
So for the family to family meetings, if I were interested, like what would I expect? Who should be
Okay,
in
so
it?
when you call
Yeah.
that phone number, you're calling our education coordinator, who also is one of our board members, Dawn Marie Anderson. If you email that email, that's who you're also contacting. She will send you or email you a online registration form. She's first gonna make sure that you're qualified for that class, because this class is for family members who have a loved one that is who's being impacted by a mental health challenge or concern. And so she'll make sure that the person's eligible to, or family members are eligible to take the class. She'll send them the registration form. It's really simple online form. The reason why we have it is for the grant funding, we have to report a little bit back to NAMI. We offer, because these are core NAMI classes. We advertise them on the NAMI National's website, hasn't advertised. We report how many people attended. If there's anybody who's a veteran or in military service, we report that to NAMI National. For the city of SLO, as part of our grant, we want to find out how our promotion is working. So we'll ask, do you live in the city of SLO? That's all we need to know. For a while, there was some grant funding through the county that TMHA was helping us get a reimbursement for, and we had a bunch of stuff we had to collect for TMHA. We don't need so much of that data anymore, so we're going to be simplifying that form. But long story short, there's a registration form, and then once you're registered, you'll be reminded of when the class starts, and then you come and you'll get a binder at your first class, and then every class. And each week, there's a new subject matter that's being discussed.
I have a question. For family to family, it specifically has to be a family member?
Or a loved one.
Okay, loved one. So it could be like a best friend,
It could
potentially?
be a best friend.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, it could be, it could be a child, a cousin, a friend. But it's really when you're the support. You might be, I answered the NAMI phone. I got a phone call from a landlord who had a tenant who's been a tenant of his for 20 years. And all of a sudden there was this problem, and he was the only person.
The one that's
His
closest,
wife,
yeah.
He didn't want to evict her. He didn't, he wanted to get her help. And he was the person who. Then I called the local crisis team. He was,
Yeah, it can be that way. So that's what I wanted to know.
And,
whether it was
depending
specific for
how
family.
invested he wanted to be,
Yeah.
he could come to one of our support groups. He could come to the class. So that's really what.
That's the. And so the peer-to-peer, go ahead and let us know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the peer-to-peer is for someone who themselves is experiencing the mental health challenge, mental health illness. All of our peer-to-peer classes, right now, they're NAMI trained instructors. TMHA provides one instructor, and we are providing the other instructor. We teach that class jointly. That was something that the funding got cut with the recent funding shifts. And together we've partnered a way to figure out how to do that class. So we do it twice a year. Victoria Meredith from TMHA is the main lead and instructor. We provide the second instructor, and it's same type of thing where you get a binder each week. You get a new section of curriculum, and it really just talks about, a lot of both of the classes really, provide an overview of the different type of mental health disorders there are, and how to navigate them, how to navigate resources and challenges and impacts. I know people who, especially the family to family class, have just taken that class over. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that say good things about all of our classes.
Yeah.
But I have the meeting to go to, so I was gonna say, I'm sorry. but-
That's okay. I
All
mean,
right.
we're at 4:00.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. I just wanted to get more into
Yeah.
detail because it's just
Yeah.
us and we can go as much as detail. as we like.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, people, there is not a problem to take the classes over and over.
Mhm.
I've even, there's even some people like they'll come to our general meeting and say, yeah, well, I remember your class. I took it like 4 times. It's been a few years. I want to take it again, you know?
No,
And
no,
it's
it's good
like-
to have it, a reminder. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, a lot of times too, depending on the mental illness, that, people are stabilized,
Mhm.
they're recovered,
Mhm.
they're functioning, and then all of a sudden, something
You might
kinda
be
gets out of
diagnosed.
whack again.
You might
and-
have something else going on and have a new diagnosis and something
Yeah.
else to go through.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, your family member can be in crisis again,
Mhm.
and, so, yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't happen. So I love hearing the success stories. I hear so many success stories, and there's so many people who come to our NAMI meetings and who are involved with NAMI because they're out of that crisis and now they feel like they can give back.
Mhm.
And that's how we get a lot of our instructors is they've gotten
Fantastic.
through those crises and now they want to give back and help other
Mhm.
people because NAMI was so important to them
Mhm.
to get through. So-
Now I have another question. Are these classes specifically for people that are dealing with crisis, or again, can you be
The
stable? and
classes,
just-
the classes are both.
Okay.
If someone's in very serious crisis, a lot of times the support groups
Mhm.
are more because they can meet more frequently and they
Mhm.
meet in there's 3 different groups. So if you really needed it, you can get in our county, 3 meetings in a month. Whereas the family to family classes, there really is curriculum based, so you're kind of going through
Mhm.
in order.
Mhm.
A lot of people do both. A lot of people will come to a support group and it's like, sign up for the, the support group, they look like, sign up for the family to family class, it will help you so much. And then there's people in the family to family class where, you should also go to one of our support groups
Mhm.
too, so you
Yeah.
can kind of.
Yeah, so and somebody who's family to family who's interested in that may also do well with peer-to-peer because that's also taxing for their mental health. So.
Yeah, I will tell you that there are several people who have taken peer-to-peer
Mhm.
and have themselves stabilized and are in a really good spot. And they're like, I'd like to teach the family to family too, or be a family support group leader because I have family members that I've had to support.
Yes, exactly.
Going through.
Yeah.
So there's actually quite a few people that meet both of us. And as I mentioned earlier, we really want to start a connection support group, which would be so people. It kind of mirrors our family to family class, but it's the individual going through the mental health challenge. And then there's something called a Veterans Home Front class also that's for family members specifically of people that are in the service that NAMI offers.
Mhm.
So we identify, NAMI National probably has a dozen different types of programs and a lot of them are on Zoom. So even if our NAMI doesn't offer it, it's really worth checking out the NAMI National website because if you want to enroll, we have people that come to our classes from Santa Maria all the time because the NAMI Santa Barbara doesn't offer that in Santa Maria. But it's the same thing. If there's an online class in Rochester, New York, and it's something you wanna that connects with your particular issue, there's nothing that prevents you from
Fantastic.
if it's one of the online ones. So we periodically will do. I know Victoria sometimes does peer-to-peer online. She's done that, and you don't have to necessarily be local to be in that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good to know. Yeah.
So I want to just thank you again for having me here
Yeah.
today.
Mhm.
Really
right.
appreciate being able to share resources. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I don't really have any questions right now. I'm trying to think. I just wanted to be as thorough as possible for the
yeah, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
and yeah, mean, yeah, that's about it. That those are the ones that we really want to hit.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. We can go over like the Journey of Hope stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'd
Yeah.
love to know more.
We can do that.
Yeah, we got a little,
Since we're promoting that
Yeah, we're-
that we're doing, but I believe you said that you're going to be there too.
Yeah, we're gonna have a table.
All right.
Our booth at Journey of Hope, so.
we have your slides here. The upcoming events we have.
All right. I see it on mine.
Yeah, here's some of the upcoming PAAT meetings we've got going on the next few weeks, months.
Yeah, first we'll have our one in September, early September will be focused for teen mental health. We have Teen for Teens and CCMH. And for the 23rd, it will be our in-house with our family services program and focusing more on Hispanic and Latino communities. For October, we're bringing on Share, who will be talking about peer certification in their program and about their organization down in LA. And we'll be having our big event, the Journey of Hope, which will be late September. That will be teen focused again, like it was last year. We're having a bunch of different activities. This time it will be, our speakers will be exclusively students. And we have different live music confirmed. And of course, as you see, we have therapy dogs in addition to our resource fair. I don't know about the different activities. I know we've done stuff in the past of like drum circles and other things like that. And here we go. We have your event here.
Thank you.
And yeah, so that's what we have so far that's going on. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all you have. Then.
Yeah, I think so. Unless we can think of anything else we'd like to go there.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Mhm.
And,
Oh, wait, since Brianna introduced herself, I don't think you did.
oh, I'm Tina Clarke.
Let's get that done.
I'm the executive director of San Luis Obispo County. So.
All right, fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.